on ATV News.
The judge who overturned Utah's same-sex marriage ban spoke publicly for the first time to Aggies.
Morty's finally opened up this week. Let the growing pains begin.
Your next car could be charging while you drive down the road. Did I say you? I mean it.
Hedgehogs are catching on. See why they're such a good fit with college students.
USU hosted their last non-conference foes over the weekend. I'll let you know if the Aggie Blue Out helped us win against the Utes.
Fall's here on the calendar. I'll tell you how much longer we get to keep summer color in the valleys.
It's all coming up on ATV News. Welcome to ATV News. I'm Aaron Griffiths.
And I'm Alicia Facer.
All right, police are still trying to track down suspects after an early morning robbery took place at USU's Brigham City campus. Early Friday morning, robbers gained access by key to the USU building off of 1100 South in Brigham City. Once inside, they disabled a security camera and proceeded to remove 2 safes from the office. The robbers stockpiled electronics and other items in the hallway before loading the safes into a state-owned truck that was parked on campus.
They knew where to go and find that key and get that key, and they actually used his truck. Was the idea, I guess, to haul stuff off.
Police were able to locate the stolen vehicle abandoned off a dirt road in Richmond, but there was no trace of who was responsible. The university has since rekeyed the building and is working closely with police to find possible suspects. If you have any information, you can contact Brigham City Police at 435-723-1244.
Driving on the left side of the road generally isn't the best idea, but a new interchange in Brigham City has drivers switching lanes to stay safe. A double diamond interchange, shown here, was completed last week on 1100 South in Brigham City. The interchange creates a diamond-like traffic pattern where traffic switches from the right to the left-hand side of the road to allow easy and safer access on and off of I-15. According to UDOT, the new interchange will also improve high-volume efficiency without the need for adding additional lanes. And so far, the improvement has been noticed by the locals.
I like it. It keeps the flow of traffic good, so you don't have to wait.
It's really easy to get through, and I think it'll make a lot of difference for traffic going on I-15.
The $12 million project is 7th of its kind in the state and is the first in northern Utah.
If you've ever been near the transit center, you may have noticed the major construction on the intersection of 500 North and 200 East. After months of road work, the newly built roundabout is finally completed. The roundabout opened up for use Monday, and people are already using it to their advantage. Even though some people are unsure of how to use the roundabout, the flow of traffic is much smoother, reducing the idling time of cars, which city engineers say will help with air quality in Logan. This intersection was one of the many high traffic areas the city wanted to fix to improve traffic flow.
With the roundabout there, it will basically take and allow the buses and the vehicles to go through there without having the stop sign. We used to get a lot of backup during the AM and the PM peak travel times.
All that is left to complete are minor aesthetic touches, such as 2 waterfalls that workers say they hope to have finished by next week. The roundabout was also a small part of a major plan to improve pedestrian safety along 200 East from 400 North to 1200 North. Another roundabout at 10th North was rejected by citizens in favor of the traditional stoplight.
After a few delays, Morty's, the newest burger joint in Logan, is finally open for business. Anna Thorley takes us to the restaurant to show us how things went.
The newest restaurant in Logan opened for their first day of business on Friday. Morty's, on the corner of 7th North and Darwin Avenue, had a steady flow of customers throughout the day ordering from their menu of gourmet, grab-and-go burgers, along with a variety of salads, fries, and shakes.
It's been a steady flow of people, positive feedback, and some things that we can improve, which is great for our first day, right?
The past 3 weeks have been a lot of work and a lot of stress and very little sleep. But today, we kind of, as owners, Preston and I got to kind of hand it off sort of to our managers who are rock solid.
Morty's didn't come without its own problems, though. They hoped to open on August 1st, but had to wait because of construction delays.
And we'd rather open a little bit after when we wanted to and have it great than open on time, and not be prepared.
Since this building was created from the ground up, the owners of Morty's had a lot to do with the design and structure of the building. The owners wanted to complement the university and make it a cultural hub, especially with the building being zoned for mixed use.
A mixed-use building means you could eat here, and you could live here too. But living here does have its own set of quirks.
I think there's good and bad things. Like, I don't know, some of the bad things, there's a lot more people around, a little bit of a lack of privacy, just walking out and there's all kinds of people coming up and down the stairs and things like that. But it's also good just to, we have a place we can eat at any time.
But even with the extra traffic, those tenants are happy to be above the new restaurant.
It's a fun place to hang out, so we've loved it.
Anna Thorley, ATV News.
Morty's is planning on having a grand opening later in October.
Coming up, Sweden has one, Korea has one, and now USU just broke ground on one. Find out what it is and what it means for your future cars.
Thousands of people drive down Aggie Boulevard each day. Why it may not be around forever.
Here's your check.
Oh, you got it. Since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile! Dang it.
To the invisible jet! Dang it. Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Yeah! Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
Separate raw meats from other foods by using different cutting boards. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
A controversial judge visited some Choice Utah State students this week, and they even got to ask him some questions.
We select our jury pools from across the state of Utah. They come from St. George.
Judge Robert J. Shelby of the Utah District Court spoke to a USU class last night. He talked about his upbringing and how the judicial system works. He received his undergrad at USU and has ties to Cache Valley. His ties to Cache Valley brought him back to speak to Neil Abercrombie's government students. This is Shelby's first public appearance since December, when he made same-sex marriage constitutional in the state of Utah. He explained his decision behind that ruling and others.
what I attempt to do in every written decision, and I did in that one as well, was I did the very best I could to articulate as clearly as I knew how what rules I applied, why I applied them, and how I applied them, so that anybody could come and read what I did and say they thought it was right or wrong.
Shelby said he likes helping people understand the federal court system, and coming to Cache Valley is just an added perk.
Would you like a car that charges while it drives? Well, USU is building a new research center that could help make that happen. ATV's Misty Inglet is live with more about this new technology. Misty?
Thanks, Alicia. I'm here on the south side of campus where the roads are, well, just roads. But on the north side of campus, USU is laying down a track to test wireless charging electric cars. The track will be the first in the U.S. and construction on it has already started.
I think there's some big opportunities here.
Yesterday, USU broke ground on their new EVR facility, the Electric Vehicle and Roadway Research Facility and Test Track. The goal of the new track is to develop technology that will allow the car to charge without stopping.
That's the real novelty, is we can charge as we go.
How would you feel about a vehicle you could just step into, take you where you want to go, and you never give a thought to charging or fueling?
But researchers hope to prove through testing that this new technology will have even more benefits. Once the asphalt is laid and the track is complete, they can begin testing the new electric cars. They hope the new technology will bring down production costs by billions. They also hope it will reduce air pollution rates by 20% and CO2 emissions by 10%. The finished track will be a quarter mile and the new research center will be 4,800 square feet. But that's not all.
We'll have a pass-through garage where we can test the in-motion charging and the stationary charging and work on the vehicles.
Researchers are anxious for the track to be complete and for the hands-on testing to begin.
It's going to be in motion, it's going to be wireless, it's going to be bold, it's going to be daring.
USU and the College of Engineering will be working with other universities and national labs to develop this project. They're hoping that other organizations like UDOT, Ford, and Toyota will show some interest and come out and participate in the research and testing as well. Back to you, Alicia.
So, Misty, when can we expect this all to be finished?
So they're hoping to have it done either by late spring or the summer of 2015. So pretty soon, actually.
Wow, that is really soon. Thanks, Misty.
Aggie Boulevard was blocked off for 3 hours Tuesday afternoon to give you a taste of what could someday become a permanent closure. Aggie Blue Bikes hosted USU's second annual Open Streets Festival on 700 North to highlight an alternative use for a roadway that you're probably pretty familiar with.
It really is about bringing people together and kind of, I hate to say like re-owning the street, but just getting people on the street to realize that roads aren't only for vehicles.
The party featured sidewalk chess, a climbing wall, and live music. This year, they also worked with officials to gather your input about the proposed closure of 7th North to cars as seen on the Master Transportation Plan. A large map was provided for the public to suggest changes, and renderings of the plan were posted and discussed on a giant idea board. Tuesday's event was part of a larger movement to temporarily close streets to automobile traffic so that people may use them for other purposes. For more information, check out openstreetsproject.org.
It's Hunger Action Month, and people all over the country are donating food, money, and time to help those in need. Here in Cache Valley, 2 local businesses have already set a high standard. Lee's Marketplace teamed up with the Cache Community Food Pantry for a milk drive. From 2 to 6 p.m. on September 17th, people who shopped at Lee's could have bought a gallon of milk to donate to a family in need. Donations totaled 900 gallons, and Gosner's Foods agreed to match the donations for a total of 1,800 gallons donated to the food pantry in just 4 hours.
As long as it's an opportunity, we'd love to. I think that we had such a good turnout and everybody was really excited for it, and I think we'd really like to do it again.
To find your local food bank and become a volunteer this month as well as all year long, Visit www.feedingamerica.org.
All right, coming up next, our David Matthew Stewart will have your Cache Valley weather report.
The current temperature in Logan is 82 degrees.
Body language. Without saying a word, it can tell you so much. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. F. Face drooping. A. Arm weakness. S. Speech difficulty. T. Time. Time to call 911 immediately. The sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment, and that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Learn the body language, the sudden signs, and spot a stroke fast.
Can you concern with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now.
No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more.
So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child.
So let's join hands, book people unite,
unearth hidden passion.
Come on, we'll have a good time.
Plant seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic.
To change the writing on the wall, writing on the wall.
Can make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first thing that helps to change a life.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
All right, so David, yesterday was officially the first day of fall, but it sure doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, well, it might not yet, but stay tuned. Let's go ahead and hop over to the radar. What we see here is we've got some weather. We've got a storm here that's about to blow through. This one, it's up here in Washington right now, but it's going to blow on down to us. Let's roll it over to the state, the local, just because that's where the news is happening. Not today, though. It's pretty clear, pretty boring. Not a lot going on today. The next 3 days, actually, are going to be pretty slow. If we can hop on over to the 7-day. Thanks. We've got the 7-day here. So on Wednesday, which is today, we've got a high of 84. Not a lot has changed. It's summer. We're still in summer. We've got Thursday, Friday. Friday night, we've got something blowing in, though. That high pressure I showed you over Washington is going to blow on in, and this weekend's going to get kind of cold, kind of wet, kind of stormy. We might have some thunderstorms. 80% chance here on Saturday of rain, and then as the weekend goes on, it's going to descend into just kind of a drizzly week. If we can go ahead and take note, though, tomorrow on Thursday, the sun's going to come up at 6:18 a.m., and tomorrow the sun's going to go down at 6:18 p.m. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
So fall right now, it's not here, but after the end of this week,
it looks like it's getting there. Temperatures are going to drop. I think of football, I think those colder temperatures, not the 84 degrees,
fall
right?
Fall is coming, and fall sports are definitely coming. So coming up on ATV Sports, it was a battle of red versus white as USU took on the Utes. Find out who came on top against our rivals. And over the weekend, USU soccer had doubled on the Utes and the Bears. Get the scores after the break.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education.
So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
You can be a reader, tutor, or mentor too. Take the pledge at liveunited.org/volunteer.
Do you wear this?
You can sit with me, imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read.
So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child.
So let's join hands, book people unite,
unearth hidden passion.
Come on, we'll have a good time.
One book can be the first thing that helps to change a life. Book people unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we have pep talkers standing by to get you motivated for your GED diploma. Text the name Terry to 69222 for a sympathetic pep talk.
You show people what you really are.
Or for a gentle pep talk, text the name Deborah.
You know you're going to make people very proud of you.
And if that's not enough, text the name Danny for an extreme pep talk.
Prove everyone wrong. Show them you're the boss.
Get your GED pep talk and find free GED classes. Text the name of the person you want a pep talk from to 69222.
Welcome back. Last Wednesday, the USU volleyball team hosted in-state rival Utah, and the Utes showed no mercy for the Aggies. The Aggies got off to a grim start in the first set with Utah scoring the first several points. Their number 3, Bailey Bateman, put one over on the net that USU couldn't return, and then the Utes followed up that point with a hard spike right here by number 7, Eliza Katoa, giving the Utes a good lead early in the game. But the Aggies came back on this serve by Utah to fight for some points of their own. After making the Utes work and dive just to keep the ball in play, USU's Rachel Orr sets up number 6, Jamaica Alyssa, for her to put one away and get Utah State back in the game. Though USU kept on fighting, it wouldn't be enough as Red continued to dominate the court in the second and third sets. The Utes scored point after point against the Aggies. The Aggies just couldn't get ahead and they fell to the Utes 3-0.
Yeah, we were not good and they were really good and we allowed them to be good and it was real disappointing. I hope everybody will keep coming back out. We're going to be better. We're going to figure out how to get better.
The Aggies are looking to turn things around when they host Wyoming on Saturday. The Utah State Aggies took to the pitch Friday to take on in-state rival Utah in the first of 2 games over the weekend. The first half was even battle between the two schools, with neither team able to put one past the keeper. But in the second half, things got out of hand for the Aggies as Utah scored once and again and yet again, all within 16 minutes of each other. USU mustered all they could, but they were unable to mount a comeback, falling to the Utes 3-0. On Sunday, the Aggies hosted UC Riverside and were looking to get a win before heading into conference play. It was a physical and hard-fought game, but Lexi Morgan was able to put one past the keeper 6 minutes before halftime. Jeannie Wooler and the defense did their part to hold on for the 1-0 victory.
This is huge. We felt really disappointed about Friday, and it was really good for us to come up with this win, especially going into conference. We needed this momentum to keep it going and hopefully go into conference with a high and feeling good about ourselves.
The Aggies began conference play as they traveled to Colorado to take on Colorado College and Air Force over the weekend.
All right. The annual tractor parade went through Aggie Boulevard on Friday, but why is it so special? And according to Humane Society, 67 million households own a pet, but can they say they own this not-so-soft cuddle bug? That's why I was saying it.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom.
It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Look at me. Hey.
Raymond, look at Mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe he can't hear us. Maybe we're not stimulating him enough. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
All right, it's cute, it's cuddly, and it's all over social media. ATV's Brandon Fonda shows us all about a little critter that could crawl its way into your home. Viewers, beware.
So this is Calamity. She's one of my girls.
And this is Allie Weller, a licensed U.S. Department of Agriculture hedgehog breeder.
Oh, she's gonna go eat. They're my babies. I'm very protective of them and where they end up.
She has 16 hedgehogs.
I've got Lennox and I've got Scout Finch.
All breeders to help her keep up with the demand.
Nickelbee.
A demand she says is largely due to social media.
I have a lot in Cache Valley, but I also have people coming in from out of state.
All wanting to take home
Utah County.
The latest pet craze.
They're cute and cuddly, but they may not be for everybody. In fact, Allie doesn't let just anybody take them home.
You know, I have to make sure they know what they're doing before they bring a hedgehog home.
This is Hugh.
Tyler Greer has had his hedgehog for a few months now.
He's really cool. People always want to see him.
But looks can be deceiving.
And then he gets really sharp and those actually hurt. He's pretty loud at night. He's in his moods, you don't want to mess with him.
But what's cranky in the day,
yeah, he's nocturnal.
Turns loving companion at night.
Perfect for me because, you know, you're at class all day and then you come home and it's nighttime by the time you get there, and they're good to just snuggle. They're great, like, homework buddies.
It's not a ton of work, and also, yeah, you can play with him just at night when that's when he wants to play.
Like most college students.
Huey the Hedgehog.
Brandon Fonda.
Or Schoolboy Hugh.
ATV News.
Allie is here in Logan and sells her hedgehogs for $150 to $250. She also rescues them from owners who don't want them or can't handle them anymore.
Music, engines, and candy are just a few sights and sounds that could be found on Aggie Boulevard Friday afternoon. The street was filled with tractors and people all coming together for one thing, the tractor parade. The event concludes Ag Week at USU, and though it brings excitement to the people of the community, it was started because of tragedy.
So there was a group of students that went on a school trip with USU doing with the Ag Tech program, and as they were coming on their way back, the van had some problems and ended up crashing, and all of the passengers passed away.
It's a way to share what the agricultural students do with the community in a way that the community can relate to it.
The parade happens each year, starting in 2006, and honors the 9 people who were killed in the accident, 8 students and 1 instructor.
All right, so what about those hedgehogs, guys?
Adorable.
They're so cute. I want one.
I do too.
I didn't think they were real. I played Sonic on the, the Sega Genesis and stuff, right?
I know,
but
right?
I didn't think they were actually
like
a
unicorns,
real animal.
like just mythical creatures.
Yeah,
basically.
I'm confused as to why there aren't more memes with hedgehogs in them. They're adorable.
There are if you look for them. You just gotta look on like LOL hedgehogs or something.
I just see kittens.
There you go. All right. Thanks for joining us on this edition of ATV News.
Catch us next week for another great show.